would it do? Would it be? You can check me out on TikTok. I'm blowing up there. I can't even believe it. I've already passed all the people in high school. I've already passed them by 4 times. Right now, I'm the number one in my school. But anyway, TikTok, my first video. But anyway, I want to brag about myself. This is serious to me. So I was watching this video with another fellow YouTuber, and we were just making fun of how, like, this YouTuber and their parents we just don't understand what the deal is with people. Like, let me play it, and then you can hear it.
Do everything now. Hey, way to go. Way to ruin the moment.
That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with parents buying somebody.
No, I know. There's no. I'm in the middle of that.
See, this is the problem. They said, well, if your parents can afford it, they can buy you a vehicle. But first of all, well, she's 16. So we think back about it. And of course, if you finish college and your parents had that money, graduating college is a milestone. You know what I mean? That's something like with their college, once they graduate college, they're with a bachelor's or higher, master's or whatever. You, at that point, they're so basically self-efficient where if they work hard, they can actually get a career. So that's something different starting out of the gate, and that's a factual. But to have the degree, it's a lot easier to open doorways. I mean, a lot of places you can't even start off without a degree. But anyway, and different things like government, and there's other different things, but we're not going to get into all that. What I got mad about is, when you're 16 years old and your parents buy you your dream car. Now she happened to get well, let me just show it. Let me rewind it back. Hold on a second. Maybe you guys can see it, the impact. Maybe it'll be el different real quick. Let me just, okay, hold on here.
Grandma's.
All right, hold on.
He is going to be jacked out.
Come on. Let's go. All right. So, bam. So they already have the big tires on it. They already got I already looked over this bad boy. It's got, headlights. It's got the hitch, trailer hitch package. It's got the tow, all that stuff, And so it's got everything like that. It's a Sahara. We all know what it is. I can go into detail about it too, because this is also one of my dream cars. But unlike them, I actually had to work for it myself, an actual job, not a YouTuber, an actual career. And unfortunately, after 10 years, I was able to get one. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I have to wait. I can't be like 16, even though I had a pickup when I was 16. But that's a little different because everything was different back then. Like 10 years ago, everything was different. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even have the Jeeps 10 years ago. So the Unlimiteds, they barely started coming out. They're super high, all this and that, But anyway, there's different choice selection, and Tesla blew up, you know what I mean? Like, so there's a whole bunch of things that happen with cars and vehicles. But anyway, let's get to the real thing. So anyway, so yeah, when you're 16 years old, your daughter, your son, and you give her this vehicle and you get it for her, but she's only 16. She hasn't even graduated high school yet. I see something like this when you graduate high school, maybe, but she actually doesn't work though. That's the problem. Like, if she had a summer job, or actually I would say at least have to get a summer job or work during school. If I saw that kind of, because that's what I did how I got my pickup. I worked at this restaurant. So I get out of school at 3:14, and I would go to work from 5, and then I would get out at midnight, and I did that 6 days a week. So, if you look at that, we were making like minimum wage. You know what I mean? It wasn't that much, and that's what we were doing. When we were out there hauling butt, doing a little thing for a little bit of chump change. And now looking back, it was a good job, but we weren't. we worked though. I worked. I have the pay stubs. I have the taxes. You guys can see it. And to have this vehicle is a lot more expensive than my truck because these are Jeeps. And, everybody knows the Jeep Wranglers, the Wranglers are super expensive. They're like $10,000 more than any other vehicle base starting off. So anyway, that's why we were looking at that. And we said, well, if you were 16 and to do that, it's just kind of mind blowing to us because it's like, how could you say that? Like, oh, well, if your parents have the money, I mean, sure, if you want to go that as far as say that, why not just get them they're 16? Why not just give them a condo? Why not just get them an apartment and get them whatever you want? Why not just go to the next step? Why have them live there? Why not buy them a guest house and build them one, or get them an apartment and they can live there and live on their own, have their own Jeep? You might as well just pay for, well, you're already paying for their insurance. Might as well pay, and pay for their gas too. Might as well just pay their electric bill and all that for their condo they're going to get. Why stop at the car? Because we all know this is not cheap. These are expensive vehicles. And this is the problem, though, with society, to say that, oh, well, it's okay if you can afford it. Well, why stop at a vehicle? It's okay, I can afford a condo for my daughter. She's 16, I might as well get her one. You know what I mean? So we can go further like that. Like, oh, she wants to travel the world. She's 16. Let's pay. I'll take her, fly her out, and she can go to Paris for a week. I have the money. It's okay. She's only 16. So when we start getting more serious like that, it's not okay. It's never okay to do that. Of course, you want a reliable vehicle, but I know. Well, there's about 20 vehicles I can think of from. Well, I don't want to mention anybody, but they actually have a higher rating, crash test rating, and it's for safety and reliability and all that. And it's about half the price of this vehicle. And we're talking about brand new. So anyway, this is what I mean. When you tell your kids, and what happens when you tell your kids, oh, it's not bad if your parents can afford it. At 16, you don't even have the mindset. When you're 21, that's when you understand pretty much. 18, I would say you're halfway there. 21, you should have already experienced most of what you're going to experience starting off, as in, death, maybe your mom, your dad passes away, crazy experiences through life, college, and even not with a college, but, people that are, a lot of crazy corruption, crooks, different things, speeding tick. You're going to experience a lot of crap by the time you're 21 that you wouldn't when you're barely at 16. And so when you start getting some real life lessons, I mean, that's when it becomes something different. But to say something like, oh, well, I can just buy you it, so, it does more damage to do it that way than if they actually had a summer job. I'm not talking about social media job at 16. I'm talking actually going to a restaurant, going to maybe some kind of a water park, and then actually working there, understanding like what it's all about, and then actually not quitting, just for like actually working there for the whole summer, and makes you really think about it. It not just appreciates things, but it makes you realize how hard life really is. That's the thing, and people, if I got this and I was 16, which I already had a nice vehicle, but I worked for it. And if I didn't have to work for it, I'd become lazy, and then you'd become unmotivated and you wouldn't even realize how much work it really does take to make money. If you're just getting handed stuff, like I said before, anybody can get handed money, but if you work for it to try to get that amount, you start to realize how much difference it really is. And you change as a person as well once you actually have to do it yourself.